true players, it's your homie C-Rod, and in this video, I'm going to be ranking the Dragon Ball Super decks that are the best at the moment, 2023, and I'm going to be doing it in a tier list. In this tier list, I'm going to be having S-ranked, meaning they are the best of the best, and D-ranked, meaning they are not as good and you probably won't win as often as an S-ranked deck, but they are still viable in the meta. And I added a bunch of fan favorite characters just in case you're trying to get into Dragon Ball Super card game digital version or the real version, whichever one. But definitely hit me a like if you're hyped for the digital one. And hopefully you should know what is the strongest deck. So let's get started with D ranked. We're going to start off with letter D. In letter D, I have everybody's favorite Broly. I had to make a Broly deck hit the list, and we got the red Broly BR deck. Now, this is an extremely hyper aggro, going hard in the paint type of deck. Why? Because you're going to be bringing out Broly, and then you're going to be bringing out a bigger Broly, and then you're going to be bringing out the biggest Broly that's going to ultimately just kill your opponent with double strike crit. Definitely deserves to be in the D rank. Another D rank character is Jiren. Yup, I had to add Jiren into this list because the red Jiren is another hyper aggro type of deck, and Jiren is everybody's overpowered favorite Dragon Ball character at the moment. So why not play his deck? Same thing as kind of like the Broly deck. You're going to be bringing out baby Jiren to teenage Jiren to full power shirtless Jiren to go for game. And that right there is nuts. And the other D-ranked deck that I wanted to throw into the list is the evil villain Frieza. I just needed to add Frieza in here. Frieza is like Dragon Ball's main villain, and he is pretty beast in Dragon Ball Super card game because of the fact that he's able to kill his Frieza's army members to get his energy back up and draw a card. And it's pretty much busted because you have access to one of the best yellow cards in the game, Frieza Robotic Riposte, which is Mecha Frieza. And this leader could take advantage of that card like just wonders. So those are the D rank. Now, slightly better is the C ranked. These are going to be slightly more powerful decks than the D rank, and you're more likely to win first place with one of these than the D ranks. So let's check out my first one, which is Gogeta BR. Yup, I know everybody loved that Broly movie, so we have to add this guy into the C tier list. Now, the reason he's C tier now is because somebody created a busted deck where you're able to cheat out a secret rare, and that secret rare is Broly. Yup, it's nuts. All I gotta say is that this is a hyper aggro shotgun type of deck that's gonna try to kill your opponent super duper fast. So definitely watch out for Gogeta. It is up there in the meta. Can take first place if you are a pro pilot. Now, another one in the list is the starter decks. I'm going to be throwing some of the starter decks out here just in case you're a new player and you want something decently good. We got Gotenks in here, the green starter deck. I'm going to say he's C ranked because he's pretty darn good. He utilizes the unison so well, being able to draw when he union fusions and gets himself the big Gotenks onto the field and doing multiple attacks. It's just a very well-rounded control green deck, and I definitely recommend to play this if you are a Gotenks fan. Now, the other starter deck is the Trunks deck. Now, this Trunks starter deck is really darn good right out of the box, and this guy's pretty decent. Like, his ability to be able to search cards unawakened and then awakened, he's just removing things out of nowhere just by paying 2 energies. That right there is a awesome leader without a doubt. It's just a overall well-rounded blue leader. Definitely deserves to be in the C tier list. Now let's go into the B tier. Yep, the B tier. Everybody knows B tier is like the ones that, you know, are pushing hard to be up there in the main meta scene. But B tier, we got Super Saiyan 3 Goku. We got him back in the meta list and won this tier list. And the reason it's so darn good still is because on Awaken, he gets you energy very quickly. And when he's awakened, he's just busted. He's able to get you energy back up, allowing you to be very defensive. So if you're a defensive player, you just know you're going to be winning with Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Definitely deserves to be in the tier list. Now, what's better than Super Saiyan 3? Super Saiyan 4, or maybe not, depends how you are. You know, some people are more Super Saiyan 3 fans than Super Saiyan 4, but Super Saiyan 4 is in the list because this Vegeta right here is able to get energy just by dealing damage, and that right there is busted. It's completely busted. I would have put him higher up in the list, but a lot of people now know to just not take any lives from the leader attack, so people could kind of play around that, but it's still very, very strong. Now, another starter deck, and in my personal opinion, one of the higher ranking starter decks from the newest set is Pan. I would say Pan had potential to be A ranked, but B ranks is good right now. Perhaps with the ban list that, you know, Bandai has announced, maybe we'll see it go up in the tournament scene. But right now, B is where she sits. She's able to draw, she's able to power boost, she's able to hyper aggro, or she's able to control. Whatever the case is, this leader is very well rounded. Moving on to the B rank, and this one I know is probably controversial, but I'm gonna lay it down. We got the national winning deck now hitting B rank, the God Goku. That is the deck that won the entire American tournament, and I think it's B rank now because of the new errata that they gave it and the ban list banning one of the best counters, which is the Trunks. Now, all I gotta say is that the fact that you have to awaken at 4 lives is changing the game a lot, especially for this leader, and I think he's B rank. I mean, he could potentially win a tournament now, but it's gonna be less likely to win because now you gotta be a really darn good pilot of the deck to take it to the top tiers. So let's move on to A tier. This A tier is one of the top dog decks. You could take it to the top tables mostly all the time. And we got Vegito in the list. Yup, my favorite. This guy has came back with vengeance. Sit set 2. This guy's came back. He's awesome because he allows you to use Gokus and Vegetas, fuse them to bring out Vegetos, and you can play all sorts of different color Gokus and Vegetas in the deck, allowing you to throw in some super spice into the mix and really have a very diverse deck depending on the player that makes it. I love this deck. A tier, top dog for sure. Then we got Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 making it to A tier. Why is it an A tier? Because they are getting so much support from the newest sets. I know for a fact it's going to get more support, and it died for a minute in the meta, but it's coming back with some vengeance as well. Do not underestimate the Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 being able to spam out the androids and get you energies back up. One of the most busted leaders in the game, but not S tier. Then another A tier, I threw in Cell from the ultimate deck. You could buy yourself 2 ultimate decks and you got yourself a top dog deck, guys. This Cell is able to absorb the 17 and 18 to bring out the bigger ultimate power cell and destroy your hand and do some crazy stuff. And it just draws like crazy and it's able to kill stuff. It's just a very well-rounded deck. Do not underestimate the power of Perfect Cell. Then the last one I threw into A tier, and the reason this one is hitting A tier is because of the ban, and I threw in Sin Shenron, which was one of the most meta decks, now in A tier. I know I might be kind of pushing it down, but or maybe I just don't like that deck. Whatever it is, but I decided A tier because of the fact that they kind of hit its double strike critting abilities by banishing that dragon, and I thank God Bandai, I didn't like that double strike crit. I made a whole song on it, but didn't like when it was done to me that way with the dragon. And now it's gonna be A tier. It's still powerful, it could still win, but I just don't think it's up there like these S tier ranks that I'm about to mention. And if you're still watching, Make sure to hit me a like, guys, subscribe, and make sure to follow us on Drip. If you guys want to get $15 for free, all you guys got to do is just make sure to click on the Drip account. And we're selling Dragon Ball packs as well. We collab with Drip themselves. They allowed us to have some booster packs there for you, so you get $15 off. Why not check it out? Link down below. Now, the last ranking, it is S tier. This is the super meta beast decks. I'm talking about Gohan Beast-like. We have this right here. We have, first up, the Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. I still think they are beast, even though they did hit its 5K boost in, you know, Goku. Other than that, it's still very well-rounded. It's able to have finishing blows no matter what. The secret rare that you play with it, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, is just broken, completely nuts. It's just gonna kill you. When you see this, you know you gotta kill them before they kill you, and that's why it's an S rank. Then we have Goku. I threw him into the list, guys. I threw him into the list in S tier because of the fact that, you know, it's Goku. Like, and he's able to get you energies, and he's able to gain double strike crit just by awakening, and he has a Z awakening, which is Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, which once you get to that point, you're pretty much every swing is a double strike crit, like unstoppable, uncomboable attack. This guy is nuts. Very powerful leader, and I think he deserves to be S tier. And the last one, I'm gonna throw an S tier besides the last favorite one that I'm throwing in S tier. That's a super surprise. But the last one is gonna be the Ape. The Ape from the starter deck is S tier. I'm calling it. It is one of the best starter decks that Bandai has made. Two of those, you could kill almost every other deck. It does pretty darn well. It's well-rounded. It's able to bring out apes onto the field. It's able to bring out a lot of barrier blockers. It's able to push aggro, rest stuff. It has access to all the best yellow cards in the game. Guys, do not sleep on the Ape starter deck. And last but not least, the one I'm going to throw in S tier might have been A tier, but I'm just throwing them in S tier because of hype. Because of hype, and because I think with the newest set, it's going to get so much support. It's going to get a Z awakening. I might be wrong, but I'm throwing them in S tier. Gohan Beast. Yup, I said it. I know some people are like, oh, maybe not. Nah, Gohan Beast is beast with a very awesome pilot. Or even if you're not a good pilot of the deck being able to push so fast and aggro, and then you have access to the secret rare Gohan Beast that's able to just crit alive, attack, restand, do crazy stuff. Damn. This is the deck you should play, guys. You got access to that Piccolo that can attack twice, and it's very themed, and it's super awesome. He made it into S rank, and he's my favorite one. Maybe that's why he got it to S rank, but I guarantee, guys, he's gonna be up there. You just gotta wait, and that's gonna be the tier list. Hopefully you guys liked it. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I couldn't mention every single leader in Dragon Ball Super card game because there is a bazillion leaders now. But with the new digital version, maybe you have an idea of what you want to build based on the meta. I'm not sure how the video game is going to be, but I guess we'll all have to see when it comes out. So make sure to hit that like, subscribe, because we'll definitely have content on that. And like we always say, y'all stay super